Hello and welcome to my review of the Lord Exultant for the Emperor's Children for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. Now at present, the only way to get your sexy only hands on this model is to pick it up within the box set behind it, called the Champions of Slaanesh. It was sold out quite quick, but I think now and again you can see it pop up on some third-party sellers. One of those sets will cost you £145. Consists of the 33 Emperor's Children models in there, and a very nice edition of the Codex with some cards. My prediction is that this model is going to cost between £26 and £28.50 when it's released separately. The format of this review is I will have a look at the model up close, go through all the detail, how tricky he was to build. Then I'll look at the spare parts, of which there are a few. I'll go through some size comparisons with other Emperor's Children models, and then at the end I'll go through all of the rules. Now I think you can appreciate I'm releasing these reviews quicker than expected. I've had to put a couple of other reviews on hold, such as the Arvis Lighter and the Mechanicum new models, as well as a couple of Eldar videos. So I hope you appreciate that. I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, leave a comment, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get into the review. So the Lord Exultant, very nice model, looks decent. I've gone for the ruler cool. Yes, I could have opted out and given him a plasma pistol, but I've decided to go for the fist. Being Slaanesh, they obviously love fists, and a really long girthy weapon as well, this Phoenix Spear, I think it's called. Lots of detail on this model. If we can kind of zoom in, I guess. Yeah, there's some chains on there, there's the fist. I've gone for the helmeted head. Not a big fan of helmetless heads anyway, but you know, just look at my Space Marine collection, let alone the Emperor's Children. There were some mould lines in places and along the shaft, but he went together okay. I'll tell you where he was tricky is I glued him onto the base quite early, and my best advice to you is to do that last, because if you glue him on the base too early, then you'll probably end up with the cloak overflowing rather than kind of moving him central. Speaking of that cloak, bit of a pain to put on. It attaches there next to the shoulder pauldron, but then this bit right here attaches to this gemstone. Bit tricky to get that right, and also then raises the question of how on earth are you going to get your paintbrush in there to paint that in the next, well, for me at least, in the next 20 years. So yes, that's the only issues I had, that tricky bit, but the legs, the head, the power plant, the weapons went together quite well. So yeah, I'm very happy with him. You know, he's got 2 melee weapons at the end of the day, and he'll be leading the forces of the Emperor's Children. Could you use him for 30k? I don't know. I know I'm doing a size comparison right now, so quick, but he's just way bigger than the 30k minis, like ridiculously bigger. Even bigger than the consoles and Praetors and things. So I'm not sure whether you could get away with that, but there we go. So in terms of spare parts, here are the spare parts. So I could have given him a power sword instead, right here. It looks fine. And could have also given him a Screamer pistol. So another option, range weapon. I think that's leaning more towards the Noise Marines though. Here's the plasma pistol. I even drilled a hole in that one because I was so close to equipping him with a plasma pistol. You do get a Lord Exultant in the upcoming Combat Patrol, I believe, which I will be picking up, definitely, no doubt, because it's got the Bliss Blades in it. I think 2 units of them. So yeah, I'll be going for the plasma pistol and power sword option. I might go for the whip, but the whip just looks a bit, it's a coiled whip, it's, you know, whatever. And then that's the other part of the arm for the power sword. This is the optional head. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's just a bit, yeah, I mean, you know, whatever, it's a helmetless head. And then this is a different shoulder pauldron, so you can actually opt to go for this one instead. I think this one works because it's got the like plug and socket. Oops, it works better for the power sword. I think it's a specific one. So yeah, a few spare parts. As I say, I can probably see this costing about £28.50 just because of the size, number of parts and the detail. Size comparisons then, we'll start off with one of the Tormentors, in this case an Obsessionist. It's basically me in miniature form. I don't own a whip that long though, but as you can see, yeah, it's he is a bit smaller. The Lord Exultant does stand a little bit taller than the Obsessionist. I've given this Obsessionist a whip and plasma pistol. I think the whip looks so good. This big, thick, girthy, long thing between his legs, and yeah, you can definitely spot the Lord Exultant out in amongst some troops, maybe because it's that big old 40mm Terminator base. Speaking of big, thick, girthy weapons, I also have this Noise Marine right here, and yeah, he's going to be taller than the Noise Marines. Noise Marines are pretty big and chunky anyway, but yeah, that just gives you an idea of how big the Blast Masters are. Yeah, pretty big. Probably about at least 7 foot in length. Maybe a foot or two, maybe a foot thick as well, which is very girthy, but you'd expect that for Slaanesh. Anyway, that's where it measures up next to those. I'm not sure why I have this comparison, but here's an 8-fold, and some of these big 40mm Slaanesh remind me a little bit of the 8-fold. So this is of course a Khorne model. I thought I'd give you this comparison because World Eaters and Khorne are the second new kids on the block from last year, and I also have a Khorne Berserker, if that's any help to you. I could do a cheeky comparison now with a Tormentor and a Khorne Berserker, and yeah, these Slaanesh are taller. I mean, it's probably a little bit unfair because a Khorne Berserker is in more of a legs wide pose, just how Slaanesh like it. But yeah, that gives you an idea of where they compare to current 40k Chaos Minis. Compared to the usual 40k Minis, so we have Slime Marbo, absolutely dwarf Slime Marbo. We've got a Space Marine and then a Primaris, and even the Primaris looks small next to the Lord Exultant. I mean, look at that. It might be something to do with the pose, maybe, but yeah, Fabius Bal has been working wonders to make the size creep a reality, hasn't he? He's made these Emperor's Children Slaanesh Space Marines bigger than Primaris. Compared to the standard Space Marine, yeah, just probably wouldn't stand a chance, would he? Bless him. But yeah, there you go. The Lord Exultant is definitely Exultant in size. Okay, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the Lord Exultant's rules. You'll find his rules in your brand new 10th edition Emperor's Children Codex. He is very close to the front of the book and the HQ section. He's third in line after Fulgrim and Lucius the Eternal. Can't wait to pick Lucius the Eternal. Absolutely banging miniature. Looking forward to him. But anyway, let's talk about the Lord Exultant before he gets jealous. The Lord Exultant will cost you 85 points, and I think that's not too bad. He's still under 100 points, and for those points you are receiving a unit that moves 7 inches, has a toughness 4, yeah, it would be nice if it was toughness 5, save of 3+, an invulnerable save of 4+, 5 wounds, leadership 6+, and on objective control 1. The Lord Exultant is equipped with a bolt pistol, plasma pistol, phoenix power spear, and a close combat weapon. The plasma pistol can be replaced with one of the following: a power fist or a rapture lash. So that's what mine has, a power fist. And the Phoenix Power Spear can be replaced with one of the following: Mastercrafted Power Sword or a Screamer Pistol. So you could have a Power Fist and a Power Sword, a Power Fist and a Screamer Pistol, a Rapture Lash and a Power Sword, a Rapture Lash and a Screamer Pistol, a Power Fist and a Phoenix Spear, or a Rapture Lash and a Phoenix Spear. Well, in terms of the war gear, that is. So many options here. Now, what do all of these weapons do? Well, the range weapons, bolt pistol works as normal. It's a pistol weapon, range of 12 inches, 1 attack, ballistic skill 2+, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Plasma pistol has the 2 profiles, a standard, which is range 12 inches, 1 attack, ballistic skill 2 plus, strength 7, AP minus 2, damage 1, or a supercharge attack, which is hazardous, range of 12 inches, 1 attack, ballistic skill 2 plus, strength 8, AP minus 3, damage 2. And then the Screamer pistol, which you may never have heard of, and it probably will be the last thing you hear. It ignores cover, it's a range of 12 inches, attacks 3, it's got 3 attacks, ballistic skill 2 plus, strength 5, AP minus 1, damage 2. It's actually quite nice. You know, the Plasma pistol has that straight up AP minus 2, you know, and a high strength. But the Screamer pistol, you know, you're ignoring the cover and you're getting 3 shots instead of 1. Still the same ballistic skill. And yes, it's lower strength at 5 and a lower AP at -1, but you are getting 2 damage. So if you're having multiple hits, multiple wounds, you're going to be scoring, you know, 6 wounds pretty much with that thing. So that's a nice weapon against, you know, a unit of 5 Space Marines, for example. The melee weapons then. So the close combat weapon works as normal, but he gets 6 attacks, weapon skill 2 plus, strength of 4, AP 0, damage 1. The Mastercrafted Power Sword is a precision weapon. You get 5 attacks with this. Again, weapon skill 2 plus, strength 5, AP minus 2, damage 2. The Phoenix Power Spear, which is kind of a new weapon if you haven't heard of it for Emperor's Children. It's a lance weapon. It's got 5 attacks, weapon skill 2 plus, strength 7, AP minus 2, damage 2. So overall, it's a massive upgrade over the Mastercrafted Power Sword. Yes, it doesn't have that Mastercrafted rule, so you're not re-rolling, hits, but at weapon skill 2 plus, you know, you're hardly going to miss any anyway. And for something that has the same number of hits, the same weapon skill, has a better strength, and the same AP and damage too, I don't know why you'd go for the Power Sword as well. The Power Fist works as normal. You're getting 5 attacks, weapon skill 2 plus, strength 8, AP minus 2, and damage 2. So for me, it's a bit pointless me going for that in terms of rules, you know, because it only gives me 1 extra strength. Yes, it gives me 5 more melee attacks, but you know, I think the best option would be the Phoenix Power Spear and either the Plasma Pistol, or if you're against Hordes, the Screamer Pistol. And then the Rapture Lash, again, you could combine the Rapture Lash with the Screamer Pistol. So the Rapture Lash, again, is another new weapon. The rule is extra attacks, and it's got 4 attacks, and then weapon skill 2 plus, strength 4, AP minus 1, and damage 1. So yeah, that's so interesting that you're only getting 4 attacks compared to the others, but you are getting that extra attacks. So I think the extra attacks rules is when you score to hit or wound, you get they generate more attacks, so that's nice. The model can be attached to the following units: Infractors or Tormentors, so you can attach them to like your troops. And then the abilities, core ability is Leader, faction ability is Thrill Seekers. Also has 2 specific abilities: Perfectionists. While this model is leading a unit, weapons equipped by models in that unit have the Lethal Hits ability. Very nice. Do not overlook that. Euphoric Strikes. Once per battle at the start of the fight phase, this model can use this ability. If it does until the end of that phase, add 3 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons equipped by this model, and improve the armor penetration characteristic of those weapons by 1. Very nice. So start of the fight phase, you're adding 3 attacks to the melee weapons equipped by this model. So all of a sudden, those 5 Phoenix Power Spear attacks become 8, and the armor penetration becomes -3. Incredible. Then Lord of the Host. If this model is attached to an Emperor's Children battle line unit during the declare battle formation step, this model has the Infiltrators and Scouts 6 inches abilities. And then keywords: infantry, character, grenades, chaos, Slaanesh, Lord Exultant, and Emperor's Children. So there you go. That is my review of the Lord Exultant. I think it's a cracking model. Whichever options you go for, you know, Plasma Pistol, Power Sword, Classic, you go for the new Screamer Pistol and Rapture Lash, or you go for the aesthetically pleasing Power Fist and Phoenix Power Sphere like I have. I will have a second Lord Exultant coming in the Combat Patrol box set, and I'll definitely be swapping up the weapons. I might change the head if I can find a decent head from you know, one of the Tormentor units, or even the Blissblade units. We'll see, because But even if I chose the same head, I'll probably put the head in a different pose and, you know, might be able to get away with it. What do you guys think of the Lord Exultant? I think it's a great model, ties very well aesthetically with the rest of the Emperor's Children, and his rules are pretty decent too. Very strong, fast, survivable, and big, just the way Slaanesh like it. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the thick comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.